Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Torah Outreach Program, Erev Shabbos Burst of Inspiration. This Motzei Shabbos, this Saturday night, we will be celebrating, Saturday night through Sunday, we'll be celebrating a seemingly contradictive holiday. Not a major holiday that most people don't even know about or think about, but in the religious community, especially in the yeshiva community, it's a very celebrated holiday, but it's a little bit of a contradiction. You see, Rabbi Akiva, who lost 24,000 students during this time, reestablished the oral Torah through a group of 5 students. One of those students, his name was Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. At one point, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai had a price on his head, wanted dead or alive by the Roman government, and he went to hide for 12 years in a cave in a little town, little unknown town that I actually went to see for myself once, called Pekin, in the northern part of Israel. At the end of those 12 years, when the government was turned over, Caesar died, and there was no longer a price on his head, he went home. During those 12 years, he learned secrets of the Torah that were never revealed since the time of Sinai, and put them into a sefer, or wrote them down later. They were put into a sefer from what he taught his students, known as the Zohar. On the night of his passing, he gathered all his students around his bed and for the first time taught them the secrets that he had learned in that cave. And they took copious notes. But one of his students was crying. And he looked at him and he said, "Well, why are you crying?" He said, "Rabbi, you're leaving us. Why shouldn't I cry?" He said, "This isn't a time to cry. It's a time to celebrate. I should have been killed so many years ago. Instead, I was able to acquire levels in Torah learning that haven't been touched since the time that the Torah was given at Sinai. And the people that wanted me dead, they're gone. The night of my passing is not a time to cry. The night of my passing is a time to celebrate." Until this very day, there is a massive celebration at his gravesite in Meron, with huge bonfires, singing and dancing till all hours of the night or the wee hours of the morning. Hundreds of thousands of people. The idea of bonfires has spread all over. The reason for the bonfires is we're told that when he died, he taught with such purity and intensity that he lit up the night. So we light up the night with bonfires. But what are we celebrating? We're celebrating the immortality of Torah. The immortality of Torah. Only a few weeks before the holiday of Shavuos, which is a Torah-given holiday, as opposed to this holiday, which was rabbinically instituted. And it's not even recognized by many people. But the Torah holiday of Shavuos, where the Torah was given, only a few weeks before, we celebrate the immortality of Torah, where the Romans tried to stop us from learning Torah. The Romans wanted to kill Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Instead of stopping Torah, their actions caused, in a way, the spreading of more Torah and deeper levels of Torah. Levels of Kabbalistic levels, esoteric levels. So Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai said, don't mourn my death, celebrate it. Because I died a natural death instead of being murdered. I was able to spread Torah on the last day of my life. And when we celebrate, we're supposed to be celebrating the fact that there still is Torah. One of the things it says in the Zohar, the book that he wrote, Yisrael v'oraisa v'kucha b'richu chadhu. Yisrael, the Jewish people, v'oraisa, and the Torah, v'kucha b'richu, and God, chadhu, is all one. When Moshe was wandering in the desert with his sheep, he had escaped from Egypt. He married the daughter of Yisro. He went to work for his father-in-law, became a shepherd. And he was in the middle of the Sinai desert with his sheep. And he was thinking, what's going to happen to my people back in Egypt? How can anybody suffer and suffer and suffer and suffer and not disintegrate? Eventually there'll be nothing left of them. All of a sudden, Moshe had a vision, his first prophetic vision. He saw a bush that was burning and burning and burning, but nothing was happening to the bush. So he said, there's the answer to my question. And he turned to see the bush. And God said, the same thing every good real estate agent says, location, location, location. The bush is growing on the side of Mount Sinai, where you, Moshe, are going to bring the Jewish people to receive the Torah. The bush is burning. It's being beaten. But it's not disappearing. And never will. Because the bush is connected to Sinai. Sinai represents the Torah. Torah is connected to me. I'm immortal. If the Jewish people connect themselves to Torah, they will remain immortal. Very famous, or should I say, infamous person recognized this. His name was Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler said to his minions, when going out to destroy the Jewish people, remember to focus on der Talmudische Juden, the Talmud Jew, the Jew that learns Torah. Make sure to put the emphasis on them. Because if you don't, they'll end up back in America after this is over. And they'll reestablish the Jewish people. He was right. But he failed. Pre-World War II America was a very, very hard place, very difficult place to be a Torah Jew. Post-World War II, when the survivors, the Talmud learners, the Torah learners, came to America and rebuilt Torah, the Jewish people began to flourish. Until today, when there is between America, Canada, South America, England, and of course Israel, there is more Torah being learned, at least in quantity, than ever. Torah not only was replaced, but it flourished. Against all odds, it makes absolutely no logical sense, but we're still here. And Torah is still growing. I sometimes get into arguments with people, agnostics, atheists. And when I ask them this question, like, don't you see that this is an impossible idea? How many people said that there won't be anything left of Torah, of Jewish people who keep Torah, who learn Torah? There won't be anything left of them. After the Holocaust, it was over. You can't deny that. And you can't deny that we are anything less than a miracle. We are an immortal people because we are attached to something that is immortal. And that is our Torah. Good Shabbos, and have a happy and meaningful Lag BaOmer.